Hi guys, Julie here. Welcome back. Also, welcome back to myself. I haven't, oh my god, almost 2 weeks I think since I posted my last video. This one, oh my god, took forever. I've explained before, like I don't have a lot of time to do this, and also with that, I'm also a very slow builder, so this took me, I think it took me a good week to actually build it. And then the editing alone, there was like 7 hours, give or take, of footage for me to go through and edit. And I really wish I could just, take all the footage and just throw it in to the software that I use for editing and just speed it up and be done with it. But no, I really have to go through it and take out a lot of stuff because I'm like terrible for being in the middle of filming, and I'm like, oh, I want a snack, and I just walk away. And so there's just 5 minutes of complete non-movement on the screen, and I obviously have to edit that stuff out because that's just a lot of wasted time. Anyhow, so this build, I really wanted to do something a little bit different because every other video, or not even every other video, just every other build that I've done, I would have built them regardless of making videos or not, but I found like all of them have been small or tiny builds, which is really fun because, I don't know, it's a nice kind of challenge to see kind of how small you can go or how much stuff you can get in and still, have space for moving around and stuff. So it is fun to do, but also building, regular size homes is also nice as well. So I don't know what style of house this is. I play a game on my phone, oh my god, Design Home, I think it's called. And so whenever you go on there, it's always a bunch of little screenshots of different houses, like real houses, and then you click on it and you're like decorating a fake room. And this, the front of the house, like the porch and that, I always just want to call it like a tower because I don't know what it's called, but the like octagonal rooms that I built, those, and the porch is kind of, I got from one of these pictures on this game, and it was really nice. But I don't know really what style of home it is because to me those octagonal add-ons look, kind of Victorian, but the outside of this house, the style of it, the rest of it, I guess, doesn't really look Victorian to me. I don't know. I'm not an architect. I know nothing. I can sometimes be like, oh, that's clearly a modern home or that's clearly a traditional, but this one, I don't know because I think I just tend to mix a lot of different stuff together that maybe you shouldn't. But anyways, it turns out super duper nice. I really like this build. The picture that I was going off of for the outside was kind of like a cream color and wood, like all the accents were wood, like brown wood. So I started doing that, and then I ended up changing it to all the black and white that we see now. The landscaping, there was a lot of it and it took a long time, so I cut, I want to say like 95% of it out, but you can still kind of get the general idea of what I was doing. And I think the rocks and everything, I think it looks so cute. It just kind of finishes it off. I debated splitting this video into 2 videos, but after my extreme editing and the speeding up, I was able to bring this video down to just 21 minutes out of 7 hours of footage. So, and then when I was doing the floor plan, like you see here, I was like, oh my god, this is going to take me forever. I'm going to have to edit it out. But I actually finished the floor plan in one shot. I had no idea what I was going to be doing for the floor plan, but it worked out. The only thing I changed, yeah, right there, I add an extra wall because my original plan for those rooms up there was different than what it ends up turning out to be, but everything just works out and looks really nice. The kitchen is pretty small, and I wasn't crazy about it because I thought for a house this size, I felt like a kitchen would be a lot bigger. And I try to fit an island in for space, or not for space, but fit an island in for like usable workspace in a kitchen, and it wasn't working. So I do my best, and I think much later I believe, I actually extend the kitchen by a couple of tiles, and then I'm able to add in the island that I wanted, and it just looks better because it's really strange. I mean, I guess back in the olden days, I guess a Victorian home wouldn't have had a really big kitchen, because it's not, you don't have all the stuff, like you have nowadays, as far as I know. I could be totally wrong, but that's what I think. So I just put in a kind of breakfast table and some shelves because I tried putting counters on this wall, but because of where the arches are, it just didn't work. It looked silly. But I really like the blue and the white and the black in the kitchen. I think it looks really nice and crisp. The living room, I believe, also ends up, sorry, I had a little fluff in my lip there. The living room also ends up blue, if I remember correctly, but a different shade of blue. So, I don't know. This house, I was kind of thinking it's, typical family, mom, dad, twin boys is how I decorate one of the rooms, and a teenage girl is how I decorate the second non-main bedroom, I guess. There's 3 bedrooms. So one of them is the master bedroom, obviously. The other one is a teenage girl bedroom, and then the other one I did as a set of twin boys. I was thinking anywhere between the ages of like 10 and 12. And I just thought, I'm like, well, the whole outside of the house is very black and white, and the inside has color, but it's like each room, almost on the main floor anyhow, it's like each room has like, it's all black and white and then like one color. So like the kitchen is black and white and gray, obviously, and blue. The dining room, black, white, and blue. And then the living room is a different shade of blue, and I think it's actually more, oh my god, I don't remember if it's more white furniture or black furniture, or maybe it's just an even mix of the two. I mean, we're coming up to the living room very shortly, so I guess we'll see what I did. The entryway, I really like the entryway. I'm like, it seems like a typical family home entryway. Like, to me, I'm thinking this entryway was, decorated, obviously, most likely by mom, and it was, super nice furniture and freshly painted walls and all this stuff. And then over the years of having kids and stuff, the entry room has maybe turned more into a mud room. So, the kids just throw their book bags there and their shoes and stuff. And she just kind of, gave up and was like, it is what it is. I'll deal with it, redecorate my home once all the kids have moved out. Now, when I made these, I know there's a word for them, but I have no idea what it is. That little nook in the wall where I just put the couch. I had a specific couch in mind. Obviously, I think that's the only one that comes with the game that actually fits in that type of corner. And I was like, well, if I have a couch there, then I've got like too many seating areas, but I think the space is big enough that it kind of works. So you could be sitting at that couch in the window and listening to someone play the piano or the guitar. I thought maybe mom and dad really like to entertain, so they've got the piano, a guitar, maybe they're musical themselves, kind of on the side. And there's also, I think, what is it? Like a don't tip the llama or something. I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to what it's called, but it's like a game table that you can sit at. Excuse me. And a bar at the back as well. This area, I just felt like the big main room was too big, too much space. So I added that wall there that we saw a minute ago, and I just kind of turned this into, I don't know what you would call it. It's just right off the entryway. So it's just got this shelf, obviously some books, a couple of chairs, so you could sit and you could chill, read a book, kind of closed off from the rest of the house. And I thought that's a good spot where maybe dad and the boys are really into sports, and dad likes to collect these, jerseys that obviously they have money because this house is huge and very nicely decorated. And so these, signed jerseys, which would cost a pretty penny, obviously they can afford. So dad's got a collection of them. Yeah, so it is, everything's blue in the main area except for the bathroom. I think I go with green there. I used the wallpaper that has like the crown molding at the top as well as the white baseboard on the bottom. And I really liked it and I thought it looks nice and it looks classy. But then because I did that, I kind of had to continue using a shade of wallpaper from that group throughout the whole build. Because if you have, in real life, which I know this isn't real life, but whatever, if you have crown molding, you have crown molding throughout your whole house. And even if you redecorate a house or anything, if you've got original crown molding, you are going to do your best to keep it. Sorry, my throat is very dry. Just had to take another sip of water there. I do that a lot. It is so hot here. So I don't think I've mentioned before, but I live in Ottawa, Canada, Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, and our weather here is just atrocious. I mean, we freeze to death in the winter and we literally melt to the floor in the summer. Today is one of those days. It is, I think it's over 40 degrees outside with the humidity. So usually it's like, oh, it's only like 28 or 29 outside, which in itself is hot. But then sometimes the humidity can be so brutal that it can, like, you can go up like 10 degrees just because of the humidity. And the heat, I don't mind so much, but the humidity, which I think is the same for anyone, I don't think anyone is ever going to say, like, I love a super hot, humid day where parts of my body sweat that I didn't know had sweat glands. I don't think anybody would say that. But I prefer the cooler weather. I mean, I like fall and I like spring. That's where I'm happy because I can wear a sweater and flip-flops in the spring and sometimes in the fall too. I like flip-flops. As soon as I can wear them, I've got them on. I don't like wearing shoes. I don't like wearing socks. It drives me crazy. I think we're almost done with the main, we were pretty much done with the main floor and I just kind of blabbed all through that, didn't I? So this is the master bedroom. Now, I didn't want to put another couch just like I did on the main floor in here. So I thought, well, maybe Mom has an old collection of some stuffed animals. And so I put those, what are they called? Ottomans. I put those pink ottomans all together and then I just sized up and down like different teddy bears thinking Mom's got that collection and I can put them there to cover all the clipping from the ottomans being put together. I actually ended up changing it later because I thought to myself, like, I didn't think much of the mom when I was building this house. And then I decided in my head, she has become an author now that the kids are older. They don't really need her as much. So I thought, she's an author now. And she has been writing books and selling them and doing well. And contributing to, the household and stuff now. So that's why, she's got her fancy closet and her fancy ensuite now because she treats herself because she's making money now. And so I end up turning that corner area where I have the stuffed animals into an office, which looks so much better because even when I was putting those ottomans together and putting the stuffed animals on it, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like how it looks. But I need something in that corner and I refuse to put the same couch as what I put downstairs. Now here I'm obviously just putting in a vanity and all the little knickknacks that go along with the vanity. What else? Oh, the bathroom I pretty much cut out because, just from placing a couple things in there, you can really see the gist of it. It's just a black and white bathroom, very plain. I think there's a couple of robes on the walls. And that's it. I mean, it's a bathroom. We all have them. Every one of us, I would hope, has them in our houses. We know what they look like. So other than seeing a couple little parts of decorating, I don't see a big point in leaving the bathroom in. And the back room here, originally I think I was going to make this an office. And I thought, well, it's kind of small, it's kind of narrow. So instead I just turned it into a laundry room. And then again, later I do put that office in the not the mom's bedroom, but the master bedroom. And oh yeah, so this is where I extend the kitchen by I think only 2 tiles, and it makes a huge difference. I forgot when I had done that, so I didn't know when it was coming up in the video, and suddenly it's just like, there it is. And yeah, so that's it. I just put a few extra counters in, a few extra knickknacks, and obviously the island. I play around with the island a little bit because I don't usually use like the special end pieces for the counters because I honestly just forget about them for the most part. Because I think this is the first game that we've got that stuff in. I think other ones was just island counters, but there was no special end pieces and corner pieces or anything. So sometimes I just forget about them. And yeah, I brought down the counters, or not the counters, but the cupboards. I thought, because I did taller walls in this build, which I kind of regret, because some things are actually harder to place, and the kitchen cupboards, you know, it's one of them. It's like, realistically, the cupboards would not be that high, because you can't reach it. It's not fun. I'm a very short person, so even regular cupboards, I have a hard time reaching, and I often need a stool. So if I was in that kitchen, I'm like, I'd need a ladder, and that's just not feasible. So I thought, I'm just going to bring them down and make it nice for anyone who lives there. So with the boys' room, when I was picking the beds, I picked these two, and I was like, oh my god, it's just perfect. I feel like one of the twin boys is really into music and things like wizards and stuff, you know, the Harry Potter or whatever it's called in The Sims. And I thought the other boy is more into science and space and rockets and things like that. But they don't really get along super great unless they're playing video games, because they both love video games. So I thought it'd be really cute to give them this little video game corner in their room or area. And obviously just a bunch of little toys and books and knickknacks and some sports gear. The typical bedroom stuff. Oh, I'm gonna take another sip of water. And what else is in here? I ended up building a closet in this room just because I thought the room was really long and kind of it didn't have any definition to it. So I thought I'll add in a closet, and that'll just kind of make a narrow space that leads into the Jack and Jill bathroom that the kids all share. And obviously their computer desk, and I don't know why I put a megaphone up there. I just thought, it's a boys' room. Yeah, they'd probably have a megaphone that some aunt or uncle gave to them that the parents didn't like. So it's really put up high and out of the way from where anyone can reach. And this room, oh my god, my only regret was that this room wasn't bigger so that I could add more. I went nuts with the movie hangout items in this room. I absolutely love it. I thought there was more matchy stuff, I guess. So I thought everything would kind of match and have the same pattern, but it didn't. But I still think it turned out gorgeous. I went with a yellow color because I really don't use that much at all. And I thought of myself as a teenager. When I was a teenager, we're talking in the 90s. I was a teenager in the 90s. And I always thought of myself, I always felt like I should have been a teenager and young adult in the 70s. I don't know why, I always just associated myself more with that when I was that age. You know, me and my friends were really into, you know, music and playing guitar and bell bottoms, because all that stuff came back in style when I was a teenager. And I always felt like, you know, I should have been living my life in the 70s instead of being born in the 70s. Well, 79, I'm born like right at the end of the 70s. I'm not that old. And so I thought, I kind of pushed that on this character, and I'm like, well, maybe she, you know, not so much as she thought she should be born in a different era, but she just lives in her own little bubble, you know, very bohemian and very colorful, but everything just meshes well and looks good. And she's just her own little person. I mean, it's not, excuse me, not a lot of bedrooms you would see a teenager that looked like that. And I thought, too, when it comes to this house, you know, mom and dad have always been very, very, not strict, but they like their house the way they like it. That's it, that's all. You know, you keep your stuff in your room, and the house stays spick and span all the time. So I thought maybe at least the bedrooms was the one place that mom and dad are just like, you know what, you go nuts, do what you want in your room. The boys' room is not as exciting just because they're boys, and I think other than throwing some posters on the wall, I don't think they really care as much. Now, in the dining room here, I just made a few last minute changes because the video is actually about to go to the screenshots soon. So in the dining room, I just changed the color of the table and stuff and added some curtains up. So I thought that would look like you could close them if you wanted to, even though you can't. And in the backyard, I love this yard so much and I wish it was my yard. So I put in the pool. And then with the movie, no, not the movie hangout, with Get Together, it came with these, I don't know what they're called, trellises maybe. And I thought they looked so nice. And then I put the fairy lights in between them all. And it just, oh God, it looks so cute. I love this yard so much. And again, because I thought the parents really like to entertain, this makes sense that they would have a space to entertain in the yard as well. Oh, look at how cute that was with the fairy lights. Ah, I want that yard. And then, yeah, on the back porch, just some chairs and some loungers, the new loungers that we just got. So this is pretty much the end of the video. So I'm just going to say again, thank you so much for watching. If you like my videos, leave comments and subscribe and hit the notification bell thing, because then when I do put a new video out, hopefully not another 2-week break, you'll know. And make sure that you're subscribed and you like it, and comment and tell me how much you like my videos and stuff, because this house is really pretty and this took a really long time to do, but I love it and I am so very proud of it. I'm in love with this build so much. Thank you again for watching and have a wonderful day. Enjoy the screenshots.